Down with uniformity. The time for experimentation has arrived, a search for a new kind of elegance. Fashion designers are sponges. They observe and absorb the world around them, digesting inspiration and then delivering their take on it. In the fashion world today, it's all about contrast. At the Théâtre du Châtelet, the Belgian Walter van Beirendonck is kicking off men's summer 2016 collections.
Yes, well, energy is important, and yet at the same time I also try to express what I feel about what's happening in the world, because at the centre of this collection is really a black cloud, because I find that in today's world there's a lot of really serious, difficult stuff happening. So much that's happening that we almost lose that ability to be fresh, energetic, allegro. I don't know how to explain that to you.
Joyful?
Yes, joyful.
It's all a question of making men's clothes desirable. The House of Carven has just welcomed a new artistic director, Barnabe Hardy. Not yet a household name, he's decided to reveal his collection in this showroom, with the help of 3 models and a short film.
You can see it, but not too much. You can see the clothes giving off some light on the water, a vibration that you can see on the fabric's surface. And also the idea of this light, of shade and light. It's almost as if here on the back of the collar, that's the shade, and we played on the feeling of the fabric, whether that was positive or negative. And visually speaking, we're talking about a classic collection, but with all that playfulness with textures and fabric. I say we privilege that mix, all for a man who's very comfortable in his own skin.
Men's fashion's no longer about stiff suits and restrictive cuts. As active urban animals, men should feel comfortable, wherever and whenever. Issey Miyake's show is at Paris's Quai Branly Museum. The setting, a fusion of city and countryside.
I mean the nature, but it's urban nature. So it means the contrast was created because the beautiful bars and telephone pole, or beautiful leaf with the building. The contrast is very beautiful, I think.
Strateas Carlucci is a new label from Australia with Greek and Italian roots. With backgrounds in industrial design as well as art, its founders create their own fabrics, and they couldn't be more in demand.
So we like, soft and hard, chaos and order. So for us, merging 2 worlds and creating something unique, that's what inspires us. We both share the creative, and then obviously we've got the power of 2, so we can do different tasks all the time. So one is working, more with the construction, one is working more with the fabric development, and then there's the sales. And I mean, obviously it's a business, so it's a big part, but we share the creative, we bounce ideas back and forth, which is really nice. Obviously I talk a lot.
American designer Rick Owens' collection is called Cyclop. Its key inspiration, a standard issue US Army vest from the 1960s.
Why do I see this jacket so much all over the world still? And why is it still cool? And I realized it's because military jackets are traditionally supposed to make a man look as heroic and as dignified as possible. But that particular jacket, after the 60s, it also became an anti-war symbol. And it became a countercultural symbol. So this is a jacket that kind of talks about the honor and heroism of war, but it also questions and criticizes it at the same time. So it's kind of an amazing, subtle symbol. I distorted it, I altered it, I changed the proportions, and I just kind of completely fetishized it.
Rick Owens is a phenomenal designer. I mean, I've been watching him and purchasing his collection for years now. So to be here in Paris and watch the collection up close and personal is too good to be true.
Belgian fashion heavyweight Raf Simons is showing in a warehouse on the outskirts of Paris. Fashion aficionados have turned up in droves, as have some international sports stars.
Well, Raf is one of the top designers in the world. He started off, Berlin. He was able to create a pretty popular furniture line. Then he would start working with Christian Dior, which is brilliant, and now he's doing his own men's fashion. So it's a pretty remarkable transition. He's a massive, respected designer for sure.
Raf Simons is showcasing his reworking of a classic 1940s look, with traditional men's hats replaced by veils which cover the face, an interrogation of the responses elicited by the garment in contemporary society.
Something like make you look, make you, like a man is important and serious, like make you look good, and confidence.
For next summer's on-trend man, it's all about a dash of 1940s classic tailoring, with more than a twist of 70s-inspired eccentricity.